Yo, what's up guys? Look, it's 5 in the morning. Don't ask me why. In fact, I don't even know why I'm wearing these. Let's take these off. It's 5 in the morning. We just had Fastlane and I decided I'm going to do a review for you guys. I'm not going to go to bed straight away. No, I'm going to stay up, do a review for you guys, edit the review and get it out to you as soon as possible. So I think we should just go through each match. I'm going to then give you my thoughts and I want to know what you guys thought of the pay-per-view, because personally I thoroughly enjoyed the pay-per-view. WWE is continuing to put out banger pay-per-views. I have not had a single WWE pay-per-view since WrestleMania 38 that I've been disappointed with. Think about this for a moment. Before WrestleMania 38, we were probably disappointed with about every second, if not every single WWE pay-per-view. Something has changed, not only in the Triple H era, even before that. I am not sure what has changed. Maybe the talent. The talents has just come up and just done amazing work. But yeah, another amazing pay-per-view from WWE with some advanced storylines. And let's not forget, it's a B pay-per-view with 5 matches. 5 matches. That's all there was. And they managed to put quality over quantity. That's what's important, ladies and gentlemen. I think quality over quantity is something which is forgotten about in the wrestling world, because there's just so much quantity, whether it's the amount of shows we have or the amount of matches. There's just so much to consume. But let's get into the first match. And to open up the show, we had Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso take on the Judgment Day in Damian Priest and Finn Balor for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And we got a surprise win by Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. In the back of my mind, I thought maybe they could win. But I also thought, okay, Dom lost his title, got it back really quickly. They clearly want that image of Judgment Day having all the gold. So I thought, okay, Judgment Day is going to retain. Clearly not. They got something else in mind. And I think it's got something to do with, obviously, JD. Obviously got to do with the cash-in, which didn't happen because we saw later on in the night, Rhea was like, it's not happening tonight. You're not in good shape. Give me the briefcase. But Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, tag team champions, WWE tag team champions in 2023. Like, how does that even make sense? That doesn't even make sense. This is not something I would have predicted. Never mind Cody being in AEW. Never mind the Bloodline storyline. Just not a combo I would have thought would work. And it's actually working. I kind of like the duo of them two. I do think this is just going to enhance a storyline of some sort. Not sure which storyline. I don't think they're going to be champions for very long. Either, I don't know who's going to take it from. Either the Judgment Day will get the titles back. Maybe KO and Sammy. Something happens there. That could be an interesting situation there, because I do think we'll end up seeing that. I do think KO is going to want his titles back, and he's not going to care too much about Cody, and he's not going to care too much about Jay for obvious reasons. First match, very surprising, very good match. Probably the second best match of the night. We'll get on to the other matches, but probably the second best match of the night, and a very good match to start off with. So I'm going to give the match 4.25 stars out of a total of 5. Then we moved on to the LWO in Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar and a mystery partner, because obviously they took out Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. So it was them versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. So the match started off as a handicap match, as you guys probably saw, where it was 2-on-3 with Bobby Lashley, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins just basically dominating Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Eventually it got to the point where Rey was looking for that hot tag, and out comes Carlito with a new theme. Not sure about that new theme music, but let's give it time. Let's see what happens. Anyways, out comes Carlito, big pop. We knew it was coming. Everyone expected it, or I certainly expected it. So I'm not sure about you guys. Big hot tag. Carlito hits the backstabber after a suicide dive from Santos Escobar, and that's the win. 1-2-3 over Montez Ford. And I think that's going to continue the story between the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, of the Street Profits having to prove to Bobby Lashley that they've got that killer edge, that they've got that extra something about them. So I'm not too worried about them losing right now. I think there's still a story to be told there. With regards to the LWO, I do think Carlito is going to be the catalyst to turn Santos heel. I think that's coming, because Carlito's a heel. Let's face it. Carlito is a heel. So I do think he'll be the catalyst, and then we'll see that heel turn happen on Rey. Other than that, it was a very basic match. It felt like a Raw match. Carlito came, he was there for 2 minutes, so it's not even like we really got time with Carlito. Yeah, it was a pretty boring match, and the Carlito moment was expected. So I gave the match 2 stars out of 5. And then next up we had the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship, and it featured Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and of course the champion Io Sky. Now this was a match that I saw as potentially a match of the night before it even happened. I mean, the talent that you've got there, Asuka, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, 3 of the best in the company. Now the match was good. It was good. I do think they had another gear that they maybe could have got to, and I do think it was sloppy at certain points. Asuka tried to do a code breaker twice, one off the top rope, one off of Charlotte Flair or off of Io Sky. Didn't really connect nicely. Then we had just moments where it was a little bit sloppy. We had Charlotte Flair not looking too great in certain moments, but she looked excellent in other moments. There were certain things I was just like, I don't know if it's the height difference that makes it slightly difficult for them, because obviously Io Sky and Asuka are not as tall as Charlotte Flair. But there were certain points, I mean, Io Sky missed her moonsault on the outside, the springboard moonsault. Then Charlotte Flair came and did a perfect moonsault. So it had its ups and downs. Not a bad match at all, please don't get me wrong. Still a very, very, very good match. And I think I just held it to high standards because of the people that featured in the match. I think that's the point here. So I gave the match a 3.75 stars, so still very, very good. Considering 2.5 is average in my book, guys. This is not Dave Meltzer's star ratings. In my book, 2.5 is average. Anything above that is good to great. To obviously 5 star. Io Sky retained thanks to Bayley. Bayley finally got something right, as we saw Asuka tapping to Charlotte Flair actually. And then Bayley distracting the ref. Io Sky hitting her moonsault onto Charlotte Flair and pinning Charlotte Flair. Firstly, I didn't think Charlotte would be getting pinned. Secondly, Asuka tapping. I'm not sure I like that. Thirdly, Bayley getting something right. I thought the story was leading the other way, but that's what we got. And then next up, we got a surprise return of Pat McAfee on commentary for this specific match, where he came out, he said, Indianapolis deserves a WrestleMania, don't you guys think? And then he introduced John Cena, the greatest of all time, and then found his way on the commentary team. So of course that tells you we had John Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline in Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Now this match was what I expected. But I will say one thing, John Cena looks a lot better now than what he did at WrestleMania and what he did previously to that in that tag team match that he had last year, December, just before the new year. So he looked much better, he looked more athletic, he looked less stiff. He did a lot of selling. He didn't do a lot of offense, but he did a lot of selling today. He actually sold a lot. Like, it was a long period we were just waiting for LA Knight, building that suspense, which is what you should do. You should be building that suspense to that big hot tag. I don't want to compare companies, but that is something that AEW does struggle with. I feel their hot tags aren't suspenseful enough, and sometimes people just walk over and tag rather than do like a big diving hot tag. But each to their own. I'm not here to compare. I mean, I love AEW, but regardless, LA Knight got that hot tag eventually, and boy did this crowd go off. Everything he did just resulted in a big yeah from the crowd. The shots to both Solo and Jimmy, just yeah from the crowd was insane. Like, how does this man find himself getting more and more over? Like, I thought he was at the peak of over. You can't get more over, and he just finds a way, he gets more over. It's honestly insane. Good for him. Arguably his biggest match to date, and he did well. He did really well. He shined. They got the win after a 5-knuckle shuffle followed by a BTF. And yeah, after the match, LA Knight decided, no, I'm not going to get all the glory. I'm going to lift up Cena's hand, giving himself the rub as well as giving Cena the rub, you know, making himself look good in respecting the veteran of John Cena. So I ended up giving this match also a 3.75 stars, simply because of the storytelling rather than the in-ring work, because neither John Cena or LA Knight are fantastic in-ring workers, but their storytelling and their psychology is second to none. So I'm going to give it 3.75, but it's a different 3.75 to Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Io Sky, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm back with the glasses. I'm busy editing this video, and I have come to the conclusion that Asuka, Io Sky, and Charlotte Flair is 4 stars. It's not 3.75 stars. It's a 4-star match, so everything you heard, forget about it. 4-star match. Back to the video. And then lastly, we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth freaking Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a last man standing match. Now, these two have been going at it for months now. This is their second match already. We know Seth Rollins' back issue. We know that's the story going into this match, and that is a damn good story to tell in terms of a last man standing match. You know, that kind of fits well as it gives Shinsuke a target throughout the whole match, and boy did he target that. Just to name some of the spots, we saw Shinsuke go through a table, we saw Seth go through a table, we saw Seth go through the announce table off of a ladder after Shinsuke misted him, red mist. Shout out to the Great Muda. Then we had them fight in the crowd. Seth Rollins also bounced off a platform earlier on in the match in the crowd. Then they went back into the crowd later on in the match, and they were on some sort of flat platform with tables there. There was pedigrees, stomps, and then it ended up with a Falcon Arrow through a table off the platform, and Shinsuke could not get up. That was it. Seth Rollins got up at 9.9, Shinsuke could not get up, and your winner, Seth Rollins, as he retains his World Heavyweight Championship. One part of me was like, Shinsuke wins, I'm happy. But the other part of me is, Seth wins, I'm also happy, because the story Seth is telling and the legitimacy he is giving that title is important. We do not want to hot potato that title around, because I can see Shinsuke getting that title and then losing that title to like a Drew McIntyre or something. That's not what we want. We need legitimacy to that title, because people already mocked the legitimacy of that title and the credibility of that title when they just introduced it because Roman couldn't be beat, essentially. So I think it's important Seth establishes that title, and that is exactly what he's doing. They're going to break him down to the point where either someone beats him or Damian Priest cashes in, which is a good way to keep Seth looking strong, give him time off to actually go fix his real life injuries, because I do think he has actual back injuries, and then establish a next star after beating someone who's held the title for a very long time at this point. So I'm not too hard done by Shinsuke not winning. I'm pretty happy with Seth getting the dub, and it was a damn good match. I need to reiterate, this is probably one of the best last man standing matches I've seen. I can't think of many better off the top of my head. I do think this is one of the best. There wasn't a stupid finish where someone was handcuffed down and they couldn't get up. None of that. Proper last man standing finish. Proper spots. They were innovative with their spots and they found ways to make it interesting. A really good match. Shinsuke looked fantastic. Seth Rollins looked fantastic. And yeah, I gave the match 5 stars, guys. 5 stars for this match. I think it deserved it. They put their bodies on the line. They really went all out for us fans. And I think we owe it to them by appreciating their work. And I do appreciate it with the 5 stars. So yeah, guys, overall, the show was excellent. Like I reiterated earlier on, or like I said earlier on, the show was fantastic. Storylines were built. We got the JD McDonough storyline with Judgment Day. We've got Cody and Jay still got to go. What does Seth do next? What does Shinsuke do next? By the way, Shinsuke, Gunther, give me that. There's a lot of different avenues we can go from this pay-per-view. It's not like it was a stop-start pay-per-view where now everything's ended, now we've got to restart, which I like. I like the fact that there's natural progression from here on out. So guys, let me know what you guys thought of the pay-per-view. It is close to 6 o'clock in the morning, so I am definitely going to edit this and get to bed. And yeah guys, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.